As night strikes, the forest comes to life with mysteries hidden beneath its tall trees. What appears to be a peaceful sanctuary during the day becomes a place of terror and uncertainty at night. Some encounters are inexplicable, ranging from creepy noises to strange figures. The following list includes 6 of the most frightening forest encounters ever captured on video. So let's start with the first one on the list. In the dense forests of Vancouver, Canada, TikTok user Worm Watson, a seasoned outdoorsman, found himself in a chilling situation he'll never forget. While exploring the remote woods alone, he noticed an eerie silence settling over the area, a well-known sign that something scary might be nearby. The atmosphere grew increasingly unsettling as distant, unexplained noises echoed through the trees.
Dude, I just heard somebody yell something. Hello? Huh. It got real spooky real quick in here.
Driven by curiosity and encouraged by his followers, Watson later returned to the same spot. But this time, things took a darker turn. His bike mysteriously lost power, stranding him in the heart of the forest.
Dude, my chain fell off. Fucking heck. My frickin' chain, dude. Yo, what the fuck? Hello? Yo, I gotta get out of here. Yo, my freaking chain, man. Dude, what the hell? Get out of here, man.
Now, since that encounter, Watson has avoided the area entirely, a decision no one could blame him for. Watson's chilling encounters in the silent woods of Vancouver serve as a haunting reminder that nature holds secrets beyond our understanding. Whether it was a wild animal, a paranormal presence, or something far more sinister, one thing is certain: he narrowly escaped an experience that could have ended far worse. But Watson's story is just the beginning, because what comes next is even worse. In February 2024, Sean, a YouTuber and passionate solo camper who enjoys exploring the UK's isolated regions, went on what he hoped would be another quiet journey. Usually his travels include peaceful scenery, warm campfires, and peaceful evenings beneath the sky. But this time, he was in for something much darker. Sean parked his van close to a thick forest, explored for the day, and then came back for a good night's sleep. He closed up, shot his regular video sign-off, and fell asleep as night fell, oblivious to the terrifying events that were about to take place. He was awakened at about 3 a.m. by the clear sound of an automobile driving up in the middle of the night. As he lay motionless, he listened carefully to heavy footsteps crunching through the leaves as they slowly and carefully surrounded his van. He became aware that he was not alone, and his heart began to hammer in his chest.
And it sounds like they're walking around the van.
He gathered up the confidence to cautiously peer through the curtains, only to see dark individuals rushing quickly to their car and driving off. Daylight brought true horror. The following morning, he attempted to open the van door, but it remained stuck. When he eventually pushed it open after a lengthy fight, his blood ran cold at what he saw.
My door's stuck.
The actual see that?
A sturdy zip. Was it an awful clever prank and a theft attempt, or something more dark? The answer is still a mystery today. Sean's sense of adventure persevered despite being disturbed, but he will always remember the night he nearly got stuck in the middle of nowhere. While exploring alone on a cold January night in 2023, British YouTuber Tony from the Hunting the Unknown channel attempted the respected Randonautica software, which produces random coordinates that frequently lead to scary locations. He had no idea what was going to happen next. A hard knock on the side of the car was followed by a flickering interior light as Tony sat in his car, telling spectators how excited he was. He was startled, but he was determined to follow the mysterious coordinates.
But this is called an S-box. Pretty much does the same thing. What the f***? Someone just knocked in the car. I know my night's knocked down, but someone just knocked in the car. So it's an attack. I hear noises. So yeah, let's show all the SB7. It's not SB7, sorry, it's a ghost box. Pretty much the same thing, does the job. I'm going to use that, and I'm not going to be here for long, guys, because I've seen these videos and they say things follow you and that when you do these random videos. I'm not too sure how true that is. Can't believe I'm doing this.
So he picked up his flashlight and walked into the pitch black forest. He discovered an ancient deserted coffin tucked away among the trees after venturing farther into the forest. The distant, disturbing ringing of church bells disturbed the night's calm as he stood there. Despite his confusion, Tony continued due to curiosity and terror. He heard what sounded like a child's cry echoing through the trees just when he thought things couldn't get much stranger.
What? Swear I saw someone scream.
Curiosity overcame him, even if his inclination was to turn around. His paranormal activity detecting K2 meter abruptly lighted up, indicating the presence of something invisible.
Hello? Who are you? Oh no, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away.
As the K2 meter starts lighting up, signaling something paranormal nearby, Tony grows more anxious. And then, it happens again.
So it's time to drain my light, I'm not sure. Not sure.
Then Tony saw something terrible appear from the shadows, a ghostly white face observing him. He looked for a while, frozen in terror, and then panic took control.
Who's that? What the is that?
He turned and ran as quickly as he could back to his car. Shaken and breathless, Tony eventually made it to his car and drove off, avoiding whatever was hiding in the forest. He still finds it difficult to express what he witnessed that evening. A group of campers experienced the terrifying reality of encountering not one, but two lions surrounding their tents one night. As the hungry lions looked at the camp in search of prey, the campers sat still, barely daring to breathe. As the animals approached, their strong bodies creating shadows on the weak tent walls, tension was noticeable. Then one of the lions attacked. The tent's side was struck by a heavy paw, causing the cloth to shiver under the impact. The campers were aware that these lions were more than just hungry. They were hunting. Fearful to move or speak, the campers gathered inside, calculating the seconds. As though the predators were playing with their prey, circling just out of reach, the lion's growl seemed to be carried back toward them each time the wind changed. The campers were shaken, but unharmed when the lions eventually vanished into the jungle around morning. The quiet loneliness of the woodlands of North America is nothing new to Lisa, a girl who travels alone and records her life in a van within the tone of her channel, and her sense of security changed on a cold February night in 2022. Lisa was frightened awake at about 4:30 a.m. by a quiet but deliberate knock near her head.
Somebody's back here again. I hear footprints. Hello? How can I help you? It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. Who are you?
When Lisa found the strength to ask whether someone needed assistance, the only answer she received was silence. A long 15 minutes passed slowly. Faint footsteps crunched outside her truck, just as she was starting to convince herself it was nothing.
Yeah, somebody was just here again 3 times now. The 3rd time I looked out, they were walking on foot. I've seen them walking and they hid behind the big tree there. And then they went to a car, the same car that was here earlier. That was back. And left again. 3 times in one night. This time, they didn't knock though. They were just walking around. I could hear them walking around the van.
With her heart racing, Lisa snatched up her camera and slipped to the front of the van to take a quick look outside. Headlights flickered through the trees in the distance, but the moment she moved, the car backed slowly away into the night. Lisa, relieved but nervous, started recording herself as she described the odd encounter. When the sun finally peeked over the sky, Lisa went outdoors to survey the area. She discovered tracks in the dirt that circled the van and stopped just below the window where she had been sleeping. The prints were bigger than her own, yet she knelt to compare them. Although viewers concluded that the invaders were merely robbers, Lisa couldn't get rid of the fear that slowly overcame her. It sounds like the beginning of a horror film, and for YouTuber Chris, who is known for pushing himself to the edge, camping by himself on Purgatory Road felt almost like one. His obstacle? Sleep in his car all night long on one of the most infamously scary highways. The atmosphere felt off from the moment he parked. Strange sounds reverberated through the thickets of trees encircling the remote location.
Hello?
And the night air was heavy. When Chris, standing beside a nearby motionless lake, inquired jokingly if anyone or anything was there to cause a splash, the tension increased.
Time I've heard you over here.
Children are playing.
Holy. Are there actually children playing by the water right now? Can you guys come out and show yourselves for me? Make a splash or do something. Yo, no way. No way.
Silence was broken by a loud, purposeful sound. Chris chuckled uneasily and dismissed it as a coincidence, but his curiosity overcame him. He turned off his headlamp and whispered, "Do it again." He was completely covered by darkness. There was a long silence until there was another splash.
It would literally make my day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get the f*** out of here! Yo, there's no way! There's no f***ing way!
However, nobody could be seen. Unnerved, Chris retreated to his car, locking the doors as he prepared for what was sure to be a long night. Sleep didn't come easy. A sudden noise outside startled him awake.
Did you guys hear something?
He brushed it off, assuming it was just his car cooling down, or so he hoped. But around 4 a.m., things took a darker turn. A faint light flickered outside his window briefly, but noticeable. At 4:13 a.m. came the sound that made his blood run cold, a sharp bang against the window.
What the was that? What the was that?
Someone or something had hit the glass. Seconds later, the handle to his car door jerked violently. Panic set in. Chris fumbled for his keys, heart racing, and within moments, his engine roared to life. He didn't waste another second. Tires kicked up gravel as he sped down Purgatory Road, leaving whatever lurked in the shadows behind. To this day, Chris can't explain what happened by the lake, or who tried to open his door that night. But one thing is certain: he won't be camping there again.